Jonas let some pretty personal information slip during a Reddit AMA session, but he regrets nothing. The person involved in the personal ship doesn't feel quite as carefree, though. When asked how he lost his virginity, Joe told Reddit users it was to someone named Ashley, and told them to Google it according to The Independent. Users quickly insinuated that Joe was talking about Ashley Greene. Around this time, Ashley posted a not-so-cryptic Instagram that said class is timeless. We think we know what she was talking about. While sex is nothing to be ashamed of, if you are going to talk about it in public, it's important to make sure your partner is okay with it, especially if you're going to name them. Joe is obviously not one of those people, but he probably should have checked with Ashley before letting the world know the first time he had sex was with her. Here's what Joe said. It's quite the great story because I didn't have any condoms, so I went to our drummer, Jonas said while recounting the tale on Reddit. Jack's room, who was my roommate at the time, and I demolished his room looking for them. Found them underneath his underwear drawer. When he came home, he thought somebody broke into his room because his whole room was demolished because I was in dire need. Needed to happen then and now. Safety first, kids. Joe, who has been criticized for naming the person he had sex with, didn't apologize, but instead defended himself according to Entertainment Tonight, saying it's a funny story worth telling. Life's too short, you know. I mean, ultimately, I think of myself as an honest guy, he told Entertainment Tonight. There are just those moments in life where you have to be true to yourself and true to the world. I'm not out to hurt anybody, but I think, ultimately, I'm just telling my stories and what I can say from my heart. Joe added he thinks life is too short not to be candid. We definitely appreciate that Joe isn't embarrassed about sex. It's not shameful and it's okay to be honest about. But, you shouldn't divulge details that involve others without their permission. That's an invasion of privacy. While it's great that he wants to tell his stories, he should also make sure that he asks for other people's consent at least. Joe is right about one thing, condoms are always a good idea.